Hey YouTube, and welcome to what is my first official video for the rest of the world. By that I mean that I do have some videos that are blocked to pretty much everybody else unless they've got the link. They're mainly ones for uni that were for assignments and they don't want the rest of the world seeing us practicing stuff. Anyway, this would have been my second if my other half had uploaded the video that we were doing together the day before she broke up with me. But she said that there were countless reasons why it couldn't go up. And we needed to edit it and redo it, and then... Anyway. We were thinking of doing YouTube videos for ages and ages and ages, and it was going to be a little hobby that we did every week that would strengthen our relationship. And more on that in another vlog, because I could sit here for hours and tell you about her, tell you about my first relationship, tell you about the person that I still love. But for a first YouTube video, that'd make you kind of glum, and I don't want to do that just yet. So I had a brainwave yesterday as to what I could do for my first YouTube video. And I started trying to film it, and then got interrupted, and then I started trying to film it again, and kept hitting the button that stops the recording on my laptop, which is here, with the mouse. So I just realised that I needed to move the mouse again, so that it doesn't do that. I wrote a letter to my little sister. 7 pages long, back to back, so technically it's only 4 pages long, but back to back makes it 7. And basically it's filled with backstory as to why I'm writing this, and some tips that I wish I had someone there to tell me when I was going through year 7 through to 12. Because that's where a lot of developmental things happen. It's an important stage in life, and I was quite useless at it, truth be told. So I told her that I was writing the letter because I want to try and get her through the next 7 years of teenagehood. Try to get you through the next 7 years of teenagehood. Because, let's face it, it's a terrible time sometimes for people, and a lot of people don't make it through. The stats are ridiculously high for teenage suicide and all the rest of it. And I didn't become a statistic. I don't want her to become a statistic. Though, the way she's going, she won't, because she's that well-liked kid who goes to school because she has to, but does well at it. Does nippers and enjoys it, and has a really good group of friends, so she's gonna be fine, I reckon. I go on to say happy 13th birthday, so she's gonna get this when she turns 13. I call her short, stuff, and shrimpy, tell her to get over it. She's always gonna be short, stuff, and shrimpy, even though she will be taller than me one day. So say you better have a good 13th. Yeah, little bit of a threat, but it's a sibling thing. She'll get it. She'll understand. I told her that you'll learn that becoming a teenager is full of highs and really extreme lows, and here's some tips, because you gotta get through it. You do need to get through it. I want to say that I'm writing it because I went through some things that made growing up harder than it should have been, and that the letter needs to be destroyed or hidden after that, because if the parents find this, they're not going to be happy. They were cranky at me when we had a conversation a couple of years ago when she was 7 about equality and marriage and discrimination and stuff, and my little sister knew more about it than I was actually surprised she knew. Yet I caught the flack. Because we shouldn't be having that conversation because she's little, it'll give her nightmares. We watch the Disney Channel every night. I'm like, but she's smarter than you think. Anyway, told her about moving to secondary school from primary school. and how I found it difficult because making friends was hard. And I spent a lot of time by myself in the library because everyone was like, go away. And I'm like, fine. I went and hid in the library and read when I wasn't playing computer games with people. And then changed groups in year 10. And did a lot of other things by rejoining Scouts, meeting new people, coming out of my shell. Joining Scouts made me come out of my shell a bit more. And that's where my confidence really comes from. Anyway, I slowly learned how to be myself. This is about year 10, so we're looking at 15, 16 years old here. I also go on about how my friends gave me a hard time because I supposedly had feelings for a girl a year older than me. Now, coming from a country town, not knowing much about same-sex relationships and shit, not a good thing. I was confused for 2 years. I got bullied for 2 years. Teased for 2 years. And I'm just like, I don't know. And then kind of went along with it. And when she left, I was like, I don't have feelings for you. What do you want about people? And they settled down. Said that school's relatively easy so long as you sit down and do your stuff. Which, I know it's easy to procrastinate. I mean, I'm a uni student and I do procrastinate. But, I mean, I'm procrastinating now. I should technically be going to a class that's not compulsory. But, I'm not okay today, so I'm taking a me day to do this video, upload it, and maybe start writing a poem. I go on to talk about how we babysat a house at the end of 2010 in Alot, which is a little town just outside of my hometown, and I made a friend. Now, this person I got close to, and she said she liked me back. And I'm like, okay, I can go with this. I like you, you like me. We'll see where it leads. I moved to Melbourne. We talked a lot over MSN, Facebook, text messages and phone calls for a good 10, 11 months before she completely wrecked me by going out with someone who was like me but male on my birthday. And I found out through a Facebook status, and I was pissed off. Safe to say, little things happened over that year that caused me to self-harm. But this was the last straw. I did get a little suicidal. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm still here, so that's a start. And I'm really, really happy that nothing actually happened with this person because they're extremely insecure. And I would not have ended up going to youth group. I would never have met Maddie, and I would never have had an amazing nearly 2 years. Anyway, that whole thing caused a lot of arguments with my family, and I did, in this letter, apologise to my little sister because the arguments were random, they did happen a lot, and a lot of things were said. And I guess I should apologise to the rest of my family for it one day as well. But what can you do? Because I only came clean to my mother about my sexuality on the 17th, it was Idaho Day, 2 years ago, at my youth group's opening, and I had the support of Maddie, who I wasn't in a relationship with at the time, and she gave me the strength to do a lot of things. I go on to say, I guess I sort of come out to my little sister a bit in this letter by saying that I had feelings for someone that was female. And I say, I don't know how society looks upon these sorts of relationships nowadays, 6 years on, but honestly, couldn't help my feelings. It just happened. I felt safe and happy, and that's a big important thing for me. I need to feel safe and happy. Like nothing else mattered. And yeah. I explained how I had a lot of people saying that I had feelings in school for other girls in my year level. No. No, I did not. I just went along with it. It was a little bit of fun, and I guess I felt kind of included in shit for once. You know, to say long story short, I lost the person that I met in 2011, moved to Frankston, got back into the habit of life. There's a page missing. Why is there a page missing? Sorry about that. 1, 2... oh no, there it is. I'm going to say about how I moved to Frankston, life got back on track, started doing my uni course, which is paramedics, because I like helping people and saving people, and I put a lot of people before I put myself most of the time. Going about a little bit of troubles in my first year in Frankston with a friend of mine, and then I finished the letter by saying that there were things I did, hang on, I apologise. I finished with an apology for being in pain, being a pain in the ass. Even though I didn't do anything bad or illegal, and a lot of it's just pants-based, attraction-based. And that I'm sorry if parents are more harsher on her than they were on me, because I did bugger all. I locked myself in my room as a kid. How I feel like a screw up because I've let people down, but I know it's not the case. It's just how I internalize things. And then there's a page missing. Tips. So I broke down the tips section into school, friends, family, relationships, general stuff, because people do try to change you, and they shouldn't. You should just be who you are. So school was along the lines of study hard, do what you want to do, study what you want to do, that'll get you where you want. Work to your strengths, ask for help when you need it, don't be afraid to, because teachers, parents, counsellors, coordinators are all there to help. They don't want you to fail. Friends, make really good friends who put in the effort. It's not about the numbers, it's about the quality. So you could be friends with 50 different people, but they might not give a shit when you break down. You could be friends with 5 people, and 3 out of those 5 may do everything they can to make you happier when things get rough. Listen to them, because they're right. Sometimes they're right. And this is a really good thing for me right now, because I've upset a couple of my friends with how I've been, and I guess they should know that I am sorry for that. Don't let them push you around, because I was a doormat. You don't want to be a doormat. Meet different people. Don't just limit yourself to one group of people. Branch out. Family, don't push our parents. Don't. Not a good idea. Avoid arguments and use your judgment on what to tell them. Relationships. Listen to your head, listen to your heart, listen to everyone, but take on board your own feelings as well. I haven't written these ones down because it's advice I've gotten over the last 2 weeks, but it's make what you think the right choices are, and make what you think are the good choices. What you think is right, what you think is good, might not be good or right for anybody else, but if it's right for you, if it's good for you, go for it, because you've only got yourself to make happy. Weigh up the odds, weigh up the information you've got. If you think it's completely worth it, go for it. Take risks, but don't be too risky. Don't do anything I didn't at that age. If you do, you're in trouble. Don't make the same mistakes I did. If things start going wrong, step back, fix it, talk about it. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Don't change yourself for anyone else who can't accept you for you. Be careful, listen to your gut, your head and your heart. When things go wrong, you often feel it. There's a physiological response and you feel it, so listen to it. The same as for when things are right. Just go with it. If you find yourself in my shoes, it's where your attractions lie. It makes you no less of a person. I actually wrote that, jeez. You can't help it, just go for it. Make the right decisions. Make yourself happy. And general tips, just be you. Don't change for anyone but yourself. Try and succeed. There is no fail. I quoted Yoda, do or do not. Never give in. Fight it if you feel it. Never ever tell you something. Never let anyone tell you something is not worth it. They don't know that. Even if the odds are really, really low, but you want it bad enough, fight for it. Believe that anything is possible, because anything is. Make them possible if they're not. Choose your dreams, make them a reality, because at the end of the day, it's your life, and you've got to make it worthwhile. You've got to know when to hold your cards, when to fold, when to go for your life. Do what makes you happy, speak up when things go wrong, make wise, logical decisions, be positive, take whatever life throws you at it as it comes. There's something else, but that kind of just by that stage, because 7-page letter. I think I ended it by saying, hopefully you've read it, hopefully you take it on board. I apologise for making her cry. Typical old sibling stuff though, I guess. And I said that it's our job to make each other cry. Whoops. I finished the letter. I said take it on board or ignore it. Up to you, do what you want with it. Destroy the letter if need be. And it's been good just going through that now and realising that little me actually knows some stuff. I need to listen to the words of a 19-year-old me and go, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to get there. But that's a story for another vlog. I'm not sure when I'll next update. I'm not even sure if people are going to watch this. If you've stuck with me for the 19 minutes that my computer is telling me this video has gone for so far, fantastic. You guys are fantastic. And I promise that the next lot of videos, hopefully, aren't so gloomy. Hopefully there's some form of entertainment coming your way. And yeah, so thank you. I'm going to do some shameless promotion here. That photo, that painting you see behind you was done by my other half. If you're on Facebook, look up In the Art Parker on Facebook. No gaps in between each word. like it, and you'll get updates of some fantastic artwork, which I might do a video of at a later date, because I do have a few different artworks in my room by her. That might only be a 5-minute video, but yeah, go for it. Because, yeah, just don't say I sent you there. That might not go down so well just yet. Thank you. Goodbye for now. Oh. Okay.